Hey guys, I'm Megan.
And I'm Stephanie, and we are
Barn Besties
with
farm fresh advice
for you. So we are here to impart the knowledge that we have learned over the years of building and running barns so that you guys don't have to have the problems and the misery and the mistakes that we made. Hope you enjoy our videos. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, right?
Right, and we hope to save you time and money on your new adventures.
Absolutely.
Hi, I'm Megan.
I'm Stephanie, and we are
Barn Besties with farm fresh advice.
Yep, today we're going to talk a little bit about farm equipment. We're going to very quickly cover my little tractor. So,
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. I need to know, what is this here?
This is a ball that you would normally find on a trailer hitch. So I believe this is just a 2-inch ball, maybe a 2 5/16. But we've drilled through the bucket, put this on here, and what I do, I use it to park my trailer in the barn corner. We can also, sometimes if I need to drag my arena drag, I can just throw the chain over this and drag it out with that, although I usually use our UTV. But this is fantastic. We had a flatbed trailer. We had a 20-foot long flatbed car hauler that we used to, when we take this for service, we would just put this on there for service. And then my horse trailer, you just, if you're skilled at back in a trailer, you can drive a trailer as well. So I use that to move the trailers around.
I have seen this on bobcats. I've never seen it on a tractor. I think it's so cool.
Yeah. So
cool.
The only thing is, like, I used to do a lot of snow plowing with this. You'll want to take it off in the wintertime because the nut on the bottom will cause problems in the driveways. But it's super easy to take on and off. Because you're not actually like hauling a trailer down the road with this, you're just moving it. So
yeah, on the farm.
Just hand tightened is fine, and to get it off is easy.
Yeah.
So not super tight. But so when we moved in here, we got this tractor. It's about, I think it's a 27 horse. It's a John Deere.
It's a baby.
We got it for mowing. We used to have a mower that was on the back, 3-point PTO, and then we needed it for plowing snow. I plowed so much snow with this. Didn't have a cab.
You didn't use your bobcat?
Didn't have one at the time. We didn't have a bobcat.
So you started with
So
this.
we started with this.
Okay.
I plowed for years with this, and it's a great item. It's got a float on it, so you can float and plow snow on it. I got it hooked up right now to a trickle charger because they don't use it as much. We're not in the season to be using it a lot, so I'm just maintaining the battery on it. But super nice little thing. This loader,
you drag with it? Or did you only snowplow?
I drag with this. I drag
Okay.
my arena with this.
Yeah.
And I drag it off the back. I also have one of these. I have put one of these on the back. Otherwise, I just use a pin.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just a nice. It doesn't have a cab. You know, it would not be able to handle a manure spreader the size of what you have.
Yep.
It would be more of a horse-sized manure spreader.
Yep.
It does have the PTO on it. It's got the 540 PTO, which is the size that hers is. I just don't think if it was like fully loaded, it probably could handle for what you put in it. But if you were saying that your manure spreader was originally meant for
Cows, no, I think
and
it's
more of
too
a wet,
little.
heavier, this wouldn't handle it.
Yeah.
The other thing we did when we ordered this, we did get it new, and I had them put turf tires on it. So these are not an industrial tire. This is what's called a turf tire.
Why'd you do
So,
that?
because I was mowing with this, these don't do as nearly the damage that a industrial
Smart.
tire does on grass and, you know, like, let's say we're getting a really wet spring and you're driving all the time. This doesn't dig it up nearly as bad. But what we had them do is we did have them put, liquid in here. They'll put a liquid in the tires to help with balance and ballast, put weight in it. So when you do have that, you have to make sure that when you're going to air up the tire, that your air gauge here, your Schrader valve, is on the top. Because if you have this rotated down here, you're going to get the fluid out. You could get the fluid out and cause problems. But it was quite helpful to put a little bit of weight, really help putting weight in the tractor, weighted it down for, you know, moving
Make it a
heavier
little
stuff.
heavier.
Yeah. Without having to add tractor weights
Yeah.
to it. So I keep the seat tilted just to keep the dust off of it. We keep a set of earmuffs here.
Did you ever have to use chains in the winter?
We never got chains for this,
No.
but it is, I would recommend it.
Tiny
I don't
chains.
have a hilly driveway,
Yeah,
so
I do.
I didn't really feel the need for chains, but if you were to put turf tires and then you want to plow and you've got a little bit of a hill, you're going to want to invest in a nice set of tractor chains. Absolutely.
Big time.
So it's got the rollover protection. You got to have that. It's just safe. It's got the, here's my
Seatbelt. Do you use your seatbelt?
I actually do.
Oh,
I do.
wow.
I do. It's got lights, which is really nice.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm plowing, I'm out by the road. I got the lights
back?
off. Yeah. Do you want to come to the back? I'm sorry, we're up against the barn, but
Yeah. Look at you, have nice legs.
yeah, we've got the PTO attachment.
Yeah.
Come on in, Mr. Cameraman. So PTO attaches in here. Keep coming, Mr. Cameraman. So there's a PTO attachment. It's a 540. And then we've got, this is the bar, 3-point bar.
This is for the mower.
This would be
right?
something you would use on the mower.
And
Yep.
these are the arms for the mower. So this
And then
separates.
if you look down here, Mr. Cameraman, I put this bar on because you can drag with this bar as well. But the mower would attach here, here, and here. Those would be the 3 points plus the PTO that would drive it. This bar comes off. As you can see, I've got various pins in there.
Can't have
And
enough
as you can
pins.
see, we
The
put another ball on there for. And I like this because I can put the chain under and then push this down on the chain a little bit to kind of keep it steady. But yep, just a nice little tractor. Not a lot of horsepower, less than 30 horsepower. So does what I need it to do here.
Yeah. It's a great little tractor.
If I had more horses, I think I would probably want one more of the size of what you have.
Yeah.
I never did end up getting a manure spreader.
Never.
Never did.
Wow.
No, so I would pile the manure in a pile, and then my neighbor, who we share crop with, I would periodically just grab his tractor and manure spreader and take either the tractor with the bucket, or we eventually got the Bobcat, load it up, and would go dump it there, because it'd be like once a year.
That's a great relationship.
So yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
relationship. When I was really had a lot of horses in the stalls and stuff, I might have to do it twice a year, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
great.
Oh,
He's such a
that's
nice
awesome.
guy. But that's why sharecropping is an amazing idea. So
Yeah. Yay for
Yeah.
neighbors.
Yay for neighbors. So pretty easy, you know, you got a nice step and everything here. I think you've got honestly a better grip. I always have to grab here. The loader does come off. I think I've had it off once.
Yeah.
I just leave it on.
I leave mine on too.
It's just a joystick loader. It's a great weight ballast on the tractor. Balances the weight. This tractor cannot move the round bales that I have. I have 4x5 round bales. They're too heavy. This tractor is too low or too small to be moving round bales. So if I would have known, I think when we were looking at tractors, that we were going to do as much as we were going to do, I might have had to size up on this, but honestly at the end of the day, I'd rather move the round bales with Bobcat.
Yeah.
But that's two pieces of equipment you have to invest in. That's a lot of money. So
Yep.
it's considerations. What are you going to need this for?
Yep.
Think to the future. I wasn't a fan of the round bales back in the day, and I had so many horses in stalls I needed the small squares. But as I've gotten away with it, getting away with that kind of thing, I have a handful of small squares, but really my horses live outside. They live in the round bale situation. So yeah, it's been a good machine. Yeah, can't really say a whole lot more on it. Any questions you can think of, Megan?
No. I think
This
it's
is a
great.
diesel. It is a diesel. It does have glow plugs. Never had any issues with it, but it is a consideration that you might want to have a plug-in put on it so you can keep it
Oh,
plugged
I
in
would
in the
definitely
winter.
have the plug-in. If
Yeah.
you live in a cold state, you definitely want the plug-in. My other question for you is, do you have a fuel tank or do you buy from the gas station?
So because we don't heavily use these, we just fill up cans.
Yeah.
It's an insurance situation. You have to, if you put in an external fuel tank, let's say you put in a 300-gallon fuel tank, you have to have a certain distance from all your buildings, but then you have to get power to it. So you have the consideration
You
of,
need power? I didn't have to have power.
depends on how you do it. Some of them are electric and, you know,
We just had a crank. So we had, I think a 400-gallon diesel tank.
and you had to sit
and we
you gotta
had,
work out on
but
it.
it was easy. Yeah, we had
Yeah.
to crank it, and it was just like going to a gas station, and we had our little hose, and away we
Some
went.
of them you put them high enough.
Yep,
and
that was
you
our
can,
gas.
You can do just gravity fed, but you know, my buildings are pretty close. I don't know where I would have put it.
Yeah.
Everything is so close. I don't think I could have. But and we just don't use that much fuel.
Yeah.
So we hauled, you know, the 5-gallon, and you just go and you try to get off-road, or otherwise you save your receipts and you get your sales taxes back, because this would be considered off-road use.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pay the road taxes on the fuel.
Yep.
So I definitely recommend diesel over gas.
Yeah.
Less of a fire hazard. Doesn't mean it's not a fire hazard, but a lot less of a fire hazard than a gasoline.
And it
So-
lasts longer. Yeah.
And they last a lot longer, and
Yep.
they've got a little more oomph to them.
Yes.
So they do a little more expensive, but
Go for the power.
go for the power, absolutely. So let us know if you got questions, you guys. We appreciate it, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And yeah, anything else, Miss Megan?
No.
All right, we will see y'all on our next video. Bye,
Until
everybody.
next time.